This live stream is sponsored in part by Tint Wiz. Tint Wiz is a CRM suite designed for window tinters. From acquisition to invoicing and everywhere in between, you can run your business more efficiently and more profitably with Tint Wiz. Check it out at tintwiz.com. You can also download it for iOS and Android. Don't forget your free 30-day trial at sign up. This live stream is also sponsored in part by Dry Shrink Prep. Dry Shrink Prep is the healthy alternative to dryer sheets. Made with 100% all natural ingredients, Dry Shrink Prep is changing the industry for the better, one shrink at a time. For more information and a purchase, go to dryshrinkprep.com. This live stream is also sponsored in part by Solar Effects Window Films. At Solar Effects Window Films, their goal is simple: make your car look hotter while keeping your interior cooler. Their automotive window films are manufactured with the most advanced technologies available, which allow them to deliver a broad range of products to meet your needs. Check out solareffectswindowfilms.com and find out why they're the fastest growing film company in the US. Lastly, this live stream is sponsored in part by you, the viewers. If you're watching on YouTube through the power of Super Chat, or if you're watching on Facebook through the link in the description, you're able to go ahead and donate to the channel. All proceeds go to help support the channel and are much appreciated. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. As always, my name is Patrick Latman here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, you're either going to be on the Window Tinting Business Facebook page or the Window Tinting Business page as well. So I want to welcome you guys to a brand new live stream. We're going to be doing a special edition live stream this evening. I'm going to be joined by our guest Kyle Whalen. He's out of Hartwell, Georgia. And we're just going to be talking about a couple little things in regards to what he's doing in his life and some changes, some major changes that he made. So without further ado, I already gave you a sneak peek. He already popped up. I'm going to go ahead and put him back on the screen. Everyone, welcome Kyle Whalen. Kyle, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate it.
So for those of you guys that are watching, typically we do these on Tuesdays with the normal Tuesday night live stream. Kyle, unfortunately, he does competitive bass fishing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so he's busy on Tuesdays. So we made a special thing for tonight because we want to make sure we can get him in. So before we get started, big shout out to Mike over on Facebook, Tint Pros on YouTube, Z Customs on YouTube. What's going on? Welcome. Looks like Jared Turner over on YouTube as well. John Baronski, welcome from Facebook. Thank you very much everyone for joining us. Kyle, we'll go ahead and just get started here. The reason why I really wanted to speak with you is because you did something that I haven't noticed, and I don't think anyone has done it. You've been running a brick and mortar shop for years, and you just recently moved to mobile. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Just for people that are watching, could you give us a little bit of backstory? Where you're located, how long you've been open, name of your company, just a little quick backstory.
Right. Well, I've been tinting for about 11 years now, and we started out in Florida and ended up moving to Georgia. We're in Hartwell, Georgia. We opened up a brick and mortar shop, and we ran that for about 6 years under Superior Auto Glass. And then just here recently, with the pandemic stuff going on and a lot of things changing, people in and out of the shop, we landed some more dealership work that wanted somebody there all the time and not necessarily hand cutting, somebody that's, proficient and always there and can do something right there last minute. So we got the idea of, hey, let's buy an enclosed trailer, put the plotter in it, get Wi-Fi, get all of our film stocked up in it, all the tool, everything you would need in a brick and mortar in a 6x12 full behind trailer. So we, 6 years in the brick and mortar, we shut that down completely. We got that trailer and we started out for a couple of days, seeing how it went, and just really started overbooking. And we're like, okay, well, we're not going to be able to do both. So we just took a leap of faith and shut the brick and mortar down and been doing the enclosed trailer ever since.
Wow. Yeah. And the crazy thing is like, it was almost great timing because I originally, when I noticed that you made the move, it was like, was it because of the pandemic? Was it was the lease about to be up and you were going to re-sign? Like, I really wanted to know if it was whether it was planned or if it was something that was forced that you had to do.
Well, it was definitely not forced, by no means. We just, like I said, with the pandemic and our city limits, we couldn't have anybody in the storefront. And a lot of our business customers wanted to wait, and we kept losing clientele. And, we have a couple of other, not shops, but I guess you would say just kind of local people that they'll go to your house and do it. They don't have a trailer. They don't have a machine. They just grab a roll of film, go to your garage and tint your car. And we went to a dealership that we'd been doing work for previously. And they're like, we would do their used cars. Somebody'd sell a car or something like that, and they'd want us to tint it. And the general manager actually come up to us and he said, if we wanted to tint 100% every car on the lot, what would it take? How long would it take you? How many days a week could you be here? If you messed up something, do you have to go all the way back to your shop and cut it again and come back? And we left that dealership that day. And I told my fiance, I said, let's go look at an enclosed trailer. We bought an enclosed trailer on Friday, and on Tuesday it was full Wi-Fi, the plotter, painted, graphics, set up, ready to go. And on Tuesday we were at that dealership tinting 100% of that lot.
Wow. So are you is the move mainly because of this one dealership that you're doing like full like preloads? Are you planning on doing more preloads, more dealerships?
Yeah. Right now we have 3 dealerships on account that we tint for. We're averaging 300, 400 cars a month.
Wow.
A lot of them are just 2 sets of doors, front windows, something like that. And then we have one dealership that's 100%. They tint everything. When a truckload comes in, we tint it. And we still do, just our basic clientele. Like, we'll have somebody call us and say, hey, we're 45 minutes away, but we have a garage that you could do out of, or a shop, or as long as it's enclosed. I mean, I'm not going to tint your car in Walmart parking lot, obviously.
Right.
But, we still do our regular clientele, because like I said, I've been in this town now 11 years and our name's already out there. So it just makes it a whole lot more convenient to a customer who says, hey, I'm 45 minutes away, but I'm off on Tuesday, and, could you come here? And as long as they've got somewhere that I can put the vehicle, 9 times out of 10, it'll be that one car. And by the time we get there, their brother or mother or their neighbor, somebody is like, oh, hey, you can tint my car too. We went to one about a week ago for 2 full cars. And we got there at 9 o'clock in the morning. I think we left at 8 o'clock that night. We ended up doing 12 cars in one spot.
Wow. And is it just you alone? Do you have a crew going on with you, or?
It's just me and my fiance. That's it.
Wow.
She's actually, it's now that I guess it's on a live stream, it's going to be released, but she's a full-time tinter now.
Oh, okay. And her name? Yeah. There's a secret?
Hannah.
Nope,
Hannah. Yep.
Hannah. Well, welcome to the grind. Welcome to the Thunderdome, Hannah. Nice, very nice. That's a whole other bag of questions right there. Working full time with your old lady, it's like mine would kill me.
Yeah. So, well, usually, you would think it would be me saying, no, let's stay and do one more. It's not. I'm like, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. She's like, oh, well, we can add this one. Let's just add that one.
Just keep grinding it out.
Oh yeah. She's still on the fire of it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's got that fire still. She's like, I just want to keep going.
Yeah, she's not burnt out. She's just learning, and she's I don't know what it is about females and tint windows, man, but they pick it up very, very fast.
It's attention to detail. It's, you know what? And here's a crazy thing. It's like, don't let the word out, because right now about 10% of the industry are women. But I'll tell you what, there's some girls out there, women out there, not girls, that can just lay down and probably crush some of these cats out here that've been out here for 20 years just grinding out. So
for sure.
God.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad. That sounds like everything's working out for you. Now I don't know if you know this, but I started my own business, and I'm slowly transitioning and documenting the whole thing, like trying to show everyone how to move from like working for someone to working for yourself and transitioning and whatnot. And one of the things I was doing is focusing on, premium mobile window tinting. I don't want to be the guy in the truck, that shows up with a box of tint that says Amazon on the side with a cigarette hanging out of his lip and whatnot. You know what I mean? I want to be the professional guy that shows up in a wrap van. I have t-shirts, hats, and I look the part, and I look clean. So,
Right.
and it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing here.
Yeah, I mean that's where we're at. Like I said, in our trailer, if not necessarily our dealerships, because they're already set up. They already know what film we sell, what we're doing, everything. But if somebody just contacts us, says, "Hey, we've got 2 or 3 cars we want you to come do," when we actually get on site, I mean, we have displays in our trailer, we have a heat box in our trailer, we have anything and everything as if you were to walk into a 3,000 square foot shop. I mean, it's all in there. So they just step right up in the trailer and they can, fill a heat box demonstration. They can look at different shade samples on the wall. It's all in there. So it's definitely set up for. I was against mobile about 2-3 years ago. I said, nope, not going to happen. People would call us, and that's one reason why I transitioned, is because over 11 years of tinting, I've turned down more work than I've brought in off of people saying, "Hey, can you come to me?" No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. And I just kept saying no. And the day that we took that step into that trailer and we say yes, it's just been crazy.
It's been a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I've always mentioned it, and I've talked to people in regards to people, like, there's always the debate between brick and mortar versus mobile, and my thing is obviously clearly I'm mobile, right? I have a wrapped van, and I'm doing everything here. I'm going to people. My debate was always that the commercial real estate property is just so dang expensive. If you want to be in prime time on Main Street, you're paying out the nose. If you're buried back somewhere in an industrial building, you have to pay out the nose for advertising so people can find you.
Exactly.
For someone that has gone from brick and mortar to mobile, what are the pros? I guess let's go over the pros and the cons. Let's go over the pros first. Switching from one over to the other.
Right. I mean, obviously the first thing is going to be your overhead cost. Where we were at in our town, we had the nicest, newest building that was built in this city. So we were paying top dollar, but it was also on the backside of town, off of the main strip with no line of traffic. So we were not only paying high price for the brick and mortar, but we were also paying high price in advertisement, because we would have people that would find us on Facebook and say, "Okay, where are you located at?" We'd give them an address. They'd drive over there and be like, "Oh, I pass this place 30 times a week and I never knew you were here." So we were paying high dollar for the nicest building in town that nobody's seen. So, the cons of having it mobile like that is, the number one thing is our overhead just went in the tank. I mean, our overhead cost is literally gas in that truck. And I mean, obviously you've got insurance and stuff like that, but the main overhead you have is you're putting the wear and tear on a vehicle. I mean, that's the main thing, is keeping up your service.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is there any con? I mean, you've been doing the mobile for a few weeks now, or a month now, or?
Well, I think we're about a month and a half into it. Almost 2 months. Yep.
Is there any?
We didn't release it at first.
Say again. I'm sorry.
We didn't release it at first until we got the trailer actually like out and about and going around, and people started seeing it. Then we actually put it online that we were doing it mobile.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
Con wise is, I mean, the only downside that we've run into, and literally, I mean, like I said, we've had that thing going a month and a half, and we've probably done 150, 250 cars. I mean, I have to look back, but we've maybe lost 10, 15 cars that say, "Oh no, I don't have a garage. I don't have a carport. I don't have somewhere to put the vehicle out of the elements," but most of the time, if they don't have it, they know somebody that does. They say, "Oh yeah, I can take it to my grandfather's shop. He's got a shop." And that turns into, we're going to my grandfather's. Well, now my grandfather wants his car tinted. So the biggest con of it was, do you have somewhere to put the vehicle?
Yeah, and I agree. I think that's one of the challenges, definitely, especially for mobile, and especially if you're a premium mobile tinter. Right. True. I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel that like true tinters don't tint outside. Not if you're charging premium prices and you want a premium installation. I mean,
we have people all the time that like I said, out of 250 cars, we've had 10 or 15 that say, oh no, I don't have nowhere to put it. And, we go through an explanation of, hey, if we tint it outside, we're in the elements, it could start raining, pollen, dust, just anything. You're not going to have a quality tint job of what you're paying me to do. And we won't, like I said in the beginning, we're not going to tint your car in Walmart parking lot or a garage, or like a parking garage or nothing like that. I mean, it has to be something enclosed that we feel comfortable tinting in.
Absolutely. And, and I happen to agree with you there. And just quickly reaching out, I am noticing the questions here. We are going to have a section in regards to Q&A, so if you guys had questions specifically for Kyle, you're able to go ahead and ask those questions, and we'll go ahead and do that. I just kind of wanted to get through the meat and potatoes before we get into the Q&A section as well. Also, keep in mind, I do know Kyle's been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. We both know that there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. We're not saying that this is the way to do it. We're not saying brick and mortar is not this and mobile is this. This is just Kyle's viewpoints and what he is personally seeing and what successes he's going through in his particular situation. Again, this particular situation might not work out best for you, but just take it with a grain of salt and just know that this is all for education and just to learn and grow as a community. So just wanted to touch base here. Let me think if there was anything else here. I know I did have a question. You mentioned insurance with the dealerships. I know with a brick and mortar, you typically have like a general garage insurance. Are you still carrying something like that, or is it now?
Yeah. No, we still carry a general liability insurance.
Okay, mobily and whatnot as well.
Even mobile. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know some people. And it is situational, right? So like when I went to try to boost up for the shop I work for, I tried to boost up our dealership accounts, and I went 9 out of 10 all had in-house already, and it was like,
right.
Like they don't get exterior vendors. Now clearly that's not the case in in your area, and it's just interesting to me to find, that it is situational depending on where you go and who you are and whatnot.
Right. Where we are here local, just a number off the top of my head, within a 50-mile radius, there's maybe 4 or 5 in-house tint shops, or not tint shops, but just throw it out there, like a Toyota dealership that might have a window tinter in-house, but around here it's very uncommon.
Okay, yeah, that do you have more of a rural area, or is it like they're big cities?
The farther, so we're about 75 miles north of Atlanta. So the farther that we get down south into Atlanta, you're going to run into more of the in-house dealerships doing tint. But like I said, up in the more area where we are, there's dealership after dealership that they don't have in-house tinters at all.
Copy that. That is interesting. Whether population density would if there's a correlation between that and because in the Tampa area there's a few million people, so it's like right. So that could be that would be interesting to do a little bit more research into or look into. Right. Now with the dealerships, is it just straight, here are my prices? Do you give wholesale prices? Do you give discounted prices?
On our dealership we have special dealership pricing. We do, but the 3 dealerships that we have, they're actually on contract with us to where if we give you this price, more or less, they're going to give us X amount of vehicles a month. But none of our dealerships have had any problems with meeting that criteria. That, like I said, we've got the one dealership that's about 10 miles from our home that they do 100% of the lot. We have scheduled days that we go there, and they'll actually call us and say, hey, I know you're coming on Thursday, but we just had a truck drop, 20 new trucks yesterday, or, can you get these tomorrow? And we stay on top of our dealerships. We're constantly, even if we're not there that day, if we happen to drive by, we're blitzing the lot and looking at it like, okay, there's 20 new Tahoes that just come in. And we kind of get a game plan of what we're doing when we go the next day or whenever we're scheduled to go again. But as far as pricing goes, they get a little bit of a price break just because of quantity. They're doing so many at one time in one spot.
Right.
It's not nothing crazy. You have your profit margins. but we also get a lot of be tinting at the dealership, and one of the salesmen or service guys or somebody like that wants their personal car tinted and stuff like that. And, you know, and just kind of my way of running it, you know, the dealership, they don't do any, not necessarily high end films. I'm not gonna say like they don't do ceramics, but they don't do the cheapest film either. So if a service person or a salesperson or something like that, they have a personal car, we treat them like a drive-up customer or a customer we're going to their house, however you want to put it. We bring them into the trailer, we show them all the films, we show them the heat box, and we give them the choice, and the price is just like a regular customer. It's not dealership then.
Okay. And in your trailer, is it set up as a like a walkthrough demo? Is that correct?
Yep, pretty much. Yep, it's got the big. It's a 6x12 is what it is. It's got the big drop down, you know, trailer door in the back, and then it's got a side door in the side. We can actually open that side door up. We've built cabinetry inside of it to where it's got our light box up on a shelf. It's got a big like a passenger window glass. It's got all the percentages on it. We have 2 different display boards up that have, you know, what films that we sell, because mainly we used to do the good, better, best system, and we got out of that years ago when we were in the brick and mortar shop. We just went to kind of like a mid grade and performance.
Better, best, boom, done.
Yeah, yeah. We have a better and a best. That's it.
Okay.
But we do have it set up in the trailer where they can walk in, they can look at the film, they can see the display, they can feel the heat box, just like you're in a shop. They fill out paperwork, they go outside the trailer and go do what they want to do, and you know, we tint the car and get it done.
Very nice, very nice. Let me think if there's, you know, one question I had off the top of my head is, what made you decide to go for a trailer, let's say, versus like a high roof Sprinter or something of that nature?
It's just a simple fact. To be honest with you, the simple fact is my truck. We took my truck and just completely over the last 2 months changed it completely over to represent the business. I mean, it goes as far as it has this color lime green wheels on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the truck, you know, it's got 11-inch of lift kit on it. It's got the lime green wheels. It's got all green undercarriage. And I just didn't want to, I done put the money in the truck. So I didn't want to be like, oh, let's go get a van and wrap the van and do all that. There isn't no pros or cons to me from having a van or pulling a trailer other than the fact you're pulling a trailer. But like I said, the truck was already made to represent the brand, our personal brand.
Right.
And we just made the choice to, let's just buy a trailer and put it all in the trailer. You know, and that simple fact is when we're out and about, if we're not pulling the trailer, our logos are still all over the truck. The truck's wrapped, so they still see it. You don't want to go jump in a high Sprinter van and go get groceries. I mean, I personally don't. Some people will, but
right.
You know, we use this truck every day. Like this is what I pull my bass boat with when we're going fishing.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's seen. We drive it every day. But like I said, we just made that choice to buy the trailer. And one, too, you're not in it for a whole lot of money right off the rip. I mean, if you go buy a new Sprinter van, there ain't no telling what them things cost. So
50,000.
Yeah, 50 grand. So and throwing numbers out there, I'm maybe in this trailer for about 8,000. So
Okay. Excuse me. Apologize. Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like you're doing really well. I mean, that is more or less the route I'm going with. You know, and I've told people if the time comes that I ever do get a van, or not a van, a brick and mortar shop, it really wouldn't be just because it's just for tinting. If I was just a tinter, it would just be me in a van. But
right.
You know, but I do other little things, you know, with video production, DSP.
Right.
You know, I could bring it all in house.
Right.
So I just don't want people to be like, well, he was talking about mobile and all of a sudden he's got this shop, what the hell? And I'm like, no. Okay, well, let me go through some questions here. I do have some questions that people have here. Let me just go over some interview time. Jared Turner from YouTube asks, does your company just do tint?
Yeah, that's all we do. Well, not necessarily. On that side of it, we do tint, wrap, and we do paint protection as well.
Okay, and you're doing the paint protection on location as well.
Yep, exactly. And like I said, the paint protection, the extent of that is It's the area that we live in is few, far, and in between that a customer asks for it. It's mainly dealerships. And even in the extent of doing paint protection at our dealerships, it's your average door cups, door edge guards, mirrors. Okay. Occasionally, you might get a quarter bumper or something like that, or full bumper, quarter fender. But as far as like customer base, there's not really a market in our area. The farther you go down towards Atlanta, they get it, they do it. But personally, we don't do a lot of paint protection.
Yeah, I dabble with paint protection here and there, but I don't do a lot of it, and I absolutely hate it. Like I really do. Like full hoods are okay, yeah. Fenders are okay, right. But bumpers are the bane of my existence, and it's like, yeah. I like the whole like door cups, edge guards, mirrors. Let's yep. knock them out, burn them, and turn them. I mean, yep. those are. I've never had anyone complain about $140 worth of door cups and edge guards, but like people pull out the magnifying glass for a bumper, and they're like, "Wait, what is that underneath the?" I'm like, "Stop, stop."
Right.
So
yeah, and especially like I said, with our dealerships, to them, when we went to our dealerships and introduced ourselves, told them what we could do, we showed them the window tint packages and all that, and then we slowly introduced them into paint protections, because dealerships are all about making money. And if we show them, hey, if we throw these door cups on there and these door edges, you can put this on the addendum sticker, and this is what you can make off of it. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yep, let's do it. And everything that we tint, we're putting door edges and door guards on it. It just depends. But like I said, to the extent of it, that's about all we do. Every now and again, somebody will buy a brand new Camaro or something like that, and they're like, yeah, we'd like to get the front end protected. And the dealership already knows, well, hey, our tinter does paint protection. And they just link them up with us, and we go straight through the customer. It don't even go through the dealership.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let me see some more questions here. Jeff from YouTube asks, does the plotter travel okay within the trailer?
Oh, yeah, it's bolted down. It's bolted. Not going nowhere.
Okay.
Yep, it is bolted. So we actually... that was another thing that we kind of tossed back and around, because we actually have a glass board in there too, believe it or not. We have that's kind of off subject, but we have a glass board as well, a full 4x8 sheet of glass that's on casters that rolls in and out. So like I said, if you're going to offer premium tint jobs being mobile, I'm still not. If I was in a brick and mortar, I'm not pulling tint from the car. Some people do, that's their preference. I personally don't. I've always pulled off a glass board because that's just something that I can personally
okay. I thought you meant like removal. I was okay. You meant pull, no. Like use a peel board instead of using the car. Okay.
Yep. I have a peel board that we pull in and out of the trailer. Even if we go to somebody's house, which is rare, that's just 2 front windows, we're still pulling the glass board out because we can ensure that thing is clean. I don't want to sit there and have to scrub on their car. Most people don't want to do that anyway. But back on the plotter, we had tossed around, especially with the dealership work, do we want to leave the casters on it, figure out a way to secure it to where we can take it off of the trailer and put it in a bay at the dealership and tint all day and then put it back on the trailer. And it's just too much in and out. You're losing time. So we actually took the casters off of it and actually bolted it to the floor in the trailer. So it's stationary. It stays in there. It don't move.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. I did, and this is just like a tip that I've never seen. A buddy of mine who he runs Alligator Window Tint, I mention him a lot in my live streams. He did the same thing essentially, but what he did is instead of bolting it straight directly down, he also put like a spring of some sort, and there's actually now like almost like shock absorbers. So if there's a hard hit or a hard turn or whatever, it's not going to put like a lot of pressure on it, and it could alleviate some pressures. I thought it was cool. I don't know. That's why I just brought it up. So
yeah, it's pretty neat.
Let me see here. Just moving on through the questions here. Someone asked, what kind of plotter do you use?
We have a Vinyl Express Q64.
Vinyl Express 264.
Q64.
264. Okay. Is that a 40 inch, a 60 inch, or?
It's a 60 inch.
60 inch. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Ishmael asks, what's your approach on selling tint between better and best? We are thinking about doing that as well. We currently use a good, better, and best system.
Right. I mean, the good, better, and best. Like I said, we dropped the good film just because the simple fact of we've been here 11 years, so we kind of dissected our area, and we didn't sell a lot of the good film. I mean, every now and again, you just kind of look at the customer themselves. If you've got, a high school kid right out of high school finna go to college, he wants his car tinted. He don't care nothing about performance. He just wants it tinted. That's the one customer you're going to get for the good film. But even then, you can most of the time get them up to at least a better film. But as far as the better and best goes, they're both still lifetime warranty with what we use. They just one performs better. Obviously, one's going to block out more heat. Um, you can't really say longevity because they're both lifetime warranty films. It's more of a performance type thing for us. We can show how better one performs than the other. But we don't downgrade our film either. Like I said, both of them are lifetime warranty. Uh, just one's going to perform a little bit better than the other.
Yeah, which one do you want? Do you want this or you want that? They're both great.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm assuming you do that through like a heat box demonstration?
We do. Yep.
Do you use like a BTU meter, anything like hardcore numbers, or are you just feeling it?
It just depends on the clientele. I mean, we have a BTU meter and all that. If 9 times out of 10, when they feel the heat difference on the heat box, they're not going to ask, "Oh, let me see the actual numbers."
Okay.
It's very, very, very rare. We do have a couple of high-end clients that we do tint for that have asked, do you have any actual numbers on what this film does? And yeah, we can break out a BTU meter and we can show them. We do carry one, but it's not something we go into a 30-minute demonstration of trying to upsell our film. Like I said, we show, I'm not going to say some garbage film, but we show something that you buy at Walmart possibly to our better film, and then we show our ceramic film, and we just let them choose from there.
See, I like that. Showing like because most clients can't get dealer grade, not dealer grade film, but distributor film. The good stuff.
Right.
They have to go to AutoZone and get the Gila or Gila, whatever you call it, or YouTube or not YouTube, Walmart to get the magic tint, whatever the hell it's called.
So black magic.
Yeah, black magic. That's
black
right.
magic. But yeah, we do that. Like I said, we have in our demo box, we have a clear piece of glass. We have, I believe it is black magic, to be honest. We have a clear piece of glass. We have some black magic 5%, and then we have our better film and our best film. And we start out with the clear glass. We go to just say Walmart's what we call it, Walmart film, and then we work our way up into what we sell. And believe it or not, we've actually had a customer say, "Oh, I'd be okay with a Walmart film," but we don't carry it.
You're just like, no, that's what you would get.
Yeah, that's what you would get if we had that film, but we don't carry that film.
This is what normal people get, and this is what you could get with us.
Right.
I got you.
Right. Yep.
So let me see. I'm the worst reader in the world, so like I have to read first before it's a question that's not appropriate. Derek says, why not create a mobile booth? RV awning off the trailer, retractable with drop curtains, essentially so that you can make your own garage, it sounds like.
Right. So that actually has been thought of. We have thought there's a company here locally that builds custom awnings and stuff like that. But once again, that's something maybe in the near future. We haven't really put pen to paper on that. It's just kind of crossed our mind of how much clientele are we losing if they don't have somewhere to do it. We've went to the extent of looking for them blow up paint booths. We've looked at all that, but like I said, until we've been doing it for a little bit longer than almost 2 months and actually put pen to paper and see, are we losing enough to actually say, hey, we need to put an awning, we need drop cloths, we need, some kind of pop-up tent or something like that. We'll look further into it. But like I said, as of right now, 9.5 times out of 10, they have somewhere to put the vehicle that we can tint it.
And I like your idea too. Well, you don't have a garage. Okay, well, do you know someone else that might have a garage that could use your garage? And then it kind of just like steamrolls having people talk about conversations like, oh, I got a tint guy. I mean, everyone says that. I got the tint guy coming, and then that guy was like, oh, I want, and it just snowballs from there.
It just snowballs. Like I said, just here recently, we went to one house to do 2 cars and ended up doing 12. And on top of that, did 2 quotes on tinting their house. Got one of the tint jobs for the house. doing residential. So they find somewhere to do it, and 9 times out of 10, you're getting more business off it.
You know what? And that's crazy. I was just gonna say that. Like here, if you do flat glass, you need to be able to be mobile because clearly people can't bring their homes to you. But being mobile, and I've noticed that too. I didn't plan on doing flat. I can do flat. I do flat, but it's not like I don't have like a film handler, and it's just there's more ladders and scaffolding and all the stuff.
Yeah.
But
well,
being mobile,
that's another thing with the trailer. Like I said, we had a house that we just did for a lady. Like I said, the trailer's plenty big enough. We have a film handler that we actually built a rack for it. It's on caster wheels. It rolls in and out of the trailer.
Okay.
We can throw our ladders back there. We can throw the film handler back there. Go to the house. I mean, the plotter's not in the way, nothing like that. And we set up for that day to do flat glass. That lady, we actually ended up going to her house. We tinted her whole house, I think, from 9 o'clock to, I think it was about 12 o'clock that afternoon, 1 o'clock. And she's like, oh, well, y'all do cars too. Ended up doing her 2 cars right there on the site.
Boom.
So we had everything in the vehicle. We have all of our automotive film. Our plotter's in there. We have internet. We just, she's got a garage. So we knocked those out while we were there.
Makes it very easy to drum up more business. I probably say more easier than if you were a brick and mortar, because people ask, oh, do you do houses? Oh, do you want to set up an estimate? No. But if you're right there, right then and there, doing their car, like it's a no-brainer. It's easy.
Right.
Easy.
Right.
Let's see here. I got Mike Watson from Facebook saying, what's up, Kyle? I don't know if you know. I guess he says, oh, you know. Okay.
Yep. I know, Mike. That's my film rep.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yep. Do you want to disclose what film you use?
Yeah, we use Global.
Okay, cool. Yep. Very cool. Thoughts about it? Have you always used it, Global, or?
Yeah, for the most part. We've, like I said, a couple of years, probably about 4 years ago, we're real high end with Scorpion. We use a lot of Scorpion film. And then, like I said, it wasn't hard to get your hands on Global around here, but it wasn't easy. You got a 3 to 4 day ship, and Mike actually ended up opening up a distributorship here local. So
okay.
We got in the door with Mike, and Mike treats us really well. Mike gets us, he'll personally get in his car and drive us film if we need it. So it works out really well for us. But we've been with Global now. I think we've been using Global about 2 years. And I mean, I love Global film. That's what we stand behind. That's what our warranties stand behind. So that's what we personally like to use.
The reason why I ask is because I probably get 1.5 million emails a month asking, what do you think about this film? What do you think about that film? What do you think about this film? What film should I use? Right. And it's like, I should get it tattooed on my arm. Like, don't ask me, do your research. Call.
I mean, yeah, to each their own. I mean, you can say that this film's the best, and you can talk to a window tinter that's 200 miles away and said he's had nothing but problems out of that film. It's every tinter's their own tinter. I mean, they're going to use what they want to use.
Absolutely. Let me see here. Humberto from Facebook says, what do you guys recommend to bring in customers to a home-based business? Wait a minute. What does that mean? Humberto, clarify that for me. What do you mean? Like, because like he's mobile, right? So technically you're home-based. You are home-based, right? From your home, right? I mean,
technically, yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Specify that more, and we'll get back to you on that, Humberto. Sorry. See, this is why I have to read it. When I just go shoot, it's just go off the hook. Let me see here. Hold on. Derek from YouTube says, are your prices higher being mobile to cover fuel, travel time, etc.? Also, my biggest obstacle when I did mobile was the good old warranty question. How do you handle that?
So with us, I mean, it just depends. And like I said, that's something that we're still slowly working off of. We do charge a mobile fee. We have certain set prices for certain miles. And to be honest with you, we don't make no money off of that. That's straight off what fuel mileage we get. If we say it's going to cost us $25 to go 50 miles, then you're going to have a $25 travel fee is more or less how we've been doing it. And then as far as warranty goes, we treat that no different than if I had a brick and mortar shop. If 2 months from now, 6 months, 4 years, however long you want to say, somebody calls, they have a warranty issue, we do our warranty claims and we schedule them on the appointment. We go back to their house and we fix, whatever needs to be fixed.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this question just because people will ask me and murder me if I didn't ask. How's Global and their warranty claims? I'm not asking just specifically. I just asked because you use Global. Like, do they cover a little bit of labor, the cost, retail costs, film costs? Like, how does the warranty work, and how is it benefiting you?
So, I mean, to be honest, I haven't had a Global warranty claim.
Dang.
I have not yet had to call somebody and say, hey, there's something wrong with this film. I need this replaced, that replaced. I just haven't had it. Now, as far as in the past, if I was, and this is just me speaking the way that I run my business, I haven't had enough warranty issues to justify calling a distributor or calling a manufacturer and saying, hey, this one window peeled, I need time, labor, film, da 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 da. I've always been the type of business, bring your car in, snatch it off, replace it, see you, bye, have a good day. I'll see you on your next car. I've just always been like that. I haven't went through the loopholes of, send me a copy of your receipt. I got to send it to the manufacturer. I've got to send it to the distributor. We've got to have a warranty claim filed. They've got to send me. I don't go through the loopholes of that. I just, as a business owner, if it's one window, I eat that $2.50 and snatch it off and redo it. I haven't had a full car warranty claim in 10 years. Every now and again, like I said, from films in the past, we might have a back glass that bubbles or something that we have to strip off from a cheaper film. But as far, even in that step, we just bring it in, set them up an appointment, or go to them, whatever we got to do, we snatch it off, we throw a new piece of film on there. 9 times out of 10, we throw better film on there. And we just handle it that way. It's just, I've always had that business side of it to kind of not necessarily skip the loopholes of doing warranties. I just cover everything myself. I mean, the films that we sell through Global, they are warranty. Global will take care of it, but it's easier for us to just snatch it off, replace it, and send them on down the road.
Okay, copy that. That's a very good answer. Yeah, most places, I guess if you're really, really well versed in their warranty process, that's probably not the best thing, right?
Right.
Because you're constantly doing that. Okay.
Right.
Panda Bear from YouTube says, what's the biggest challenges being mobile versus the challenges owning a brick and mortar shop?
I haven't had any.
No, okay.
I mean, the biggest challenge, like I said, is that one customer that says, I don't have anywhere to put it. I don't have, can you come tint it while I'm at work? I work at the hospital. Can you come here and do it? That's, and like I said, that's very few, far and in between. I mean, that is very rare for us to have somebody call and say, hey, can you come do it while I'm at work at Walmart? But that has been about the only thing is, do you have somewhere to put the vehicle? Excuse me.
No, you're good. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's a good problem to have. That's a good problem. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and go through some other questions here. Before we go to the next question, guys, for those of you guys that are watching on YouTube and on or Facebook as well, right now, clearly we are in the Q&A section of the interview. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms for Kyle, go ahead and write them in the comments right now, and we'll go ahead and get them answered. Obviously, be kind, be respectful, and don't be silly. Right, yeah. Anyways, let me see here. Someone did ask future goals for mobile. Like right now, obviously it's you and Hannah. It sounds like business is good. It sounds like there's a lot of work to be done. A dealership or 2 or 3 could now overflow you. Do you have ideas and plans for expansion opportunities?
We do. We've tossed it around. Finding a window tinter in this area that's decent, that knows how to tint, that doesn't already own their own business, I'm better off to hit the lottery. So
copy that.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's a window tinter here local, they have a business, they have a shop. So more or less we have looked into possibly hiring, training from the ground up. But then once again, you have to be careful with that because you're creating competition down the road. Yep. So we have looked into that, but yeah, all in, say 5-year goal, 2 or 3 more trailers, 4 or 5 more dealerships, whatever we could handle. As it stands right now, I'm not going to say we're at capacity, but we're staying 3 to 4 weeks out, pretty heavily right now. Like I said, our dealerships really keep us going, and the 1 or 2 days that we're not at dealerships, we have people that's been trying to get in for 2 or 3 weeks for us to come to them. And they're not complaining. Like I said, my reputation here, I've been here for 11 years, so they know me. They're going to wait on me. But 5-year goal, I'd like to have 2 or 3 more trailers so we can get to more dealerships. We can maybe be at a dealership more than 1 or 2 days a week, and really expand it that way.
Okay. As a shop owner, a company owner. Now, keep in mind as well, I've been doing. I mean, I did small mobile side jobs, like everyone else does, but I really jumped in this year in regards to getting a logo and getting an LLC set up and being legit. So a lot of my background is being an installer, not being an owner. This is all new to me. I'm still filling my time. I'm still filling my week. I'm still in the transition. So I'm nowhere near this. But as an installer, and I'm going to ask you this question as an owner, would it be advantageous for you, let's say that because a lot of people will say that they don't want to train from the ground up because you're training your competition.
Right.
But and my answer has always been like, you just pay them a shit ton of money. If you pay, my honest answer is, I tell people, because people ask me, we'll go to the 10 off, people ask me like, Patrick, how do you keep an employee? Which is crazy because they know I don't own a business, right? But they're like, how do you keep an employee? And I said, pay him 80,000. I said, make sure you can get 200,000 out of him, but pay him 80 grand. If he opens his own business, he's going to take a $30,000 hit, which he's not going to do, and no one's going to pay him better than what he's getting paid now. So that means you're going to lock him in, right? But some people might not want to do that. But with the opportunities of expansions and different things like that, if you brought someone up from the ground up and they're ready to move out on their own, would you consider maybe a partnership? It's not like a franchise, but like, they clearly have the skills. You don't want them to go out, so you make them an ally. Maybe you front the film costs and the plotters and other things like that to get them off the ground, and then you're a 50-50 partner within his established unit. Is that something that you would be interested in?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if we found somebody, or if we train somebody, and they're putting out quality work, I don't have to oversee it, I don't have to go and do repairs, then yeah, if it comes to that point of not necessarily, hey, I need more money or I'm going to open up against you, but I would be open to get them a company vehicle, get them a trailer, say, hey, look, this is your designated area, you go hit the ground, you make the sales, and we'll do, we'll talk a percentage, but we'll figure out somewhere where everybody's happy, to where everybody makes money, and they're not going to want to go out on their own because they'll have it made where they are.
Right, absolutely. You have experience. Like if they have problems coming over situations, clearly you can help them out. Maybe they land a big flat glass gig, they need more hands on deck. They call the squad out. And that's that's just, I'm thinking one, but if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 of these guys, out there, that can be, I mean, it's good for them because clearly they're making money. It's good for you because you're making money. And like, I don't know, I always thought that idea would be one of the better ideas if you're going to expand and try to keep people within, because I'm not the type of guy that stops someone from improving themselves. But if we can all rise to the top together, that's even better in my opinion. So right. And like I said, I've got 1 or 2 guys that actually own shops in Atlanta, some very big shops, and they're swarmed. I mean, they're so booked and busy, and they call me, hey, can you give us 1 day a week, 2 days a week? Can you come down during this? Can you come help us on this big hospital job? Can you, and one of them guys down in Atlanta, I mean, he keeps me busy. Yeah, it's a drive, but I mean, we're swamped. I mean, we're booked out. It's better than not working and making no money.
Exactly. Right. It's better than sitting at home not knowing, if somebody's going to call wanting a tent job.
Absolutely. I like that that level of camaraderie, because some owners and they're all just like, forget him, I'm all about my own, I'm gonna get my slice, and that's all I have to worry about and whatnot. But I've always thought that there's more, because the pie is really big enough for enough for everybody to eat and eat well.
Right. And like I said, we live in a very, very small town, and there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 window tent shops within 30 miles. There's 2 shops that if I'm overworked, I'll tell them where to go. If they're overworked, they'll call me and say, "Hey, can you get to it?" And then you've got the one or two other shops that they wouldn't send me a hard card if I didn't have one.
Wow.
That's just, that's just how they are. That's how they run their business. But like I said, to each their own. I've got one or two shops here local that they send us work. We send them work. We get people all the time. Because when I had the brick and mortar shop, we did truck accessories, we did car audio, we did spray and bed liners, we did everything. And I don't do none of that no more. We're strictly window tint and graphics and paint protection. So now we still get phone calls for it, and we send them to other local shops that are right here that we trust and we know. And I mean, they work on my personal truck. So
there you go. There you go. I like that. I like that. Okay, so we're rounding up the 50-minute mark. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're gonna have a couple more questions. We'll go ahead and close her out. I always like to stay around the hour-ish, just because I don't, that's always been the sweet spot for me.
Right.
Barry Johnson out here says, good to see that you're doing well, Kyle. Barry actually is he's local. I'm in Clearwater, he's in Tampa.
Yep.
He runs Tampa Mobile Tinting. He's been doing that for a couple years now. Good fella. Good. Actually, he sent me a lead just last week.
I actually used to tint with Barry.
Really?
I used to tint with Barry in Greenville, South Carolina. Yes,
Dang.
sir.
Okay. Yep. And that's always one thing too, is that like, if you network and that's why I always tell people, if you go to the Tin Off and you network, you meet people, they know how to lay some flat. People get big jobs that they have to turn down, or they don't turn down, and they're like, I need tinters, like, I'll fly you out, we'll put you up for 2 weeks, and you just lay film, I mean.
We did that for a while.
Nice.
Yeah, we did that for a while.
So Z Custom says, so basically tinters have created a family team contracting exchange. Love that. Yeah, Z Customs is very, very, very close to that. Very close indeed. Let's see. I have Jason over here from YouTube saying, being mobile, have you noticed any additional dirt specs? Your own shop, can you control the environment? Someone's garage, you can't. Oh, yeah.
No. I mean, personally, no, just because, like I said, once again, with the glass board, we still prep the car exactly the same if we were in a brick and mortar shop. We not yet have run into, say, somebody having a carpentry shop in their garage or something like that with dust everywhere. It all just comes down to, literally, to us, years of experience of doing it, to if my glass board's right there beside the vehicle, from the glass board to the window, you're not going to get anything that you would get in a brick and mortar shop. I mean, unless you're in a paint booth with water misters, it's going to be the exact same as in a brick and mortar shop.
Copy that. Great answer there, Jason. There you go, directly from Kyle right there. Let me see, a couple last questions here from my end. I know, and for those of you guys that are watching, Kyle was third place 3 years ago, 4 years ago, in West Palm Beach, right?
Yep.
West Palm Beach. So Kyle was second runner-up at it was 3 years ago at the West Palm Beach Tint Off. Yep. It was with West Palm Beach, San Antonio, Indianapolis. Now it's gonna be in Orlando. Orlando. Did I lose you? No, we're still here. We're good. Do you have plans? Are you coming back this year? Do you ever plan on coming back?
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Is Hannah gonna make her professional competition debut?
No, she ain't taking my medal.
There you go. There you go.
No, it just depends. I mean, I've made a few phone calls. From what I heard, they weren't having it this year. So they postponed it. It was originally going to be September, and it's now moved to January 12th through the 14th. Same location. Same, yeah, but which I think it might even be a little bit better, because that's when everyone's dead. Yeah,
if that's the case.
I don't know. I mean, y'all might see me down there.
Okay, all right. I like it. A little mystery.
Yeah,
well, if we see you, awesome. We'll see you. We'll go run down, catch a beer or something like that for sure.
That'll work.
Last question here. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Z Custom says, do you remove anything off your trailer or work out of it? I'm assuming like
right. The only thing that comes out of the trailer is something to put my butt on and a glass board. That's it. The plotter, all the film, all that stays in the trailer.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second here.
Panda Bear super chatted $4.99. How did Kyle get into the business, and did he ever think he would make this a career?
Oh, there you go. Panda Bear, appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you very much for supporting the channel here. Panda Bear asks, how did Kyle get into the business, and did he ever think he would make this a career?
Long story short, I was tinting, just kind of learning really how to tint. I originally am from Florida, from Cocoa Beach.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
my parents moved us to Georgia. I was probably 12, 13 years old. Lived here all through high school, graduated, actually went to a police academy, did that route for a little while. Left that, and my brother ended up moving back to Florida. And at that age, he calls one day while I was at work and says, man, the beach, the girls, this, that, you need to be down here. I went on a lunch break, never went back to work. I went home, I packed the truck up, I drove down to Florida. I was in Florida before the sun set. Got down there, I couldn't find a job. There was nowhere hiring. Ended up driving by a car audio shop that was hiring just for a shop hand. Got hired that day. The same day that I got hired, their window tinter quit. Why he quit, I don't know, but he left not happy. The owner more or less looked at me and said, here's his tools, figure it out. We have a schedule full. So a lot of scrap film, a lot of YouTube, and a lot of cussing. We figured it out. And
Right.
11 years later, I'm still tinting windows.
Nice. Nice. I don't think anyone, like, I think window tinting just kind of happens. Like, no one grows up and was like, you know what? I want to be a window. I want to tint windows.
No,
what kind of windows?
no.
Cars, houses, whatever.
Right. No, it just happens.
Right? Absolutely. Okay. All right, Kyle. Well, we're going to go ahead and close it out here. We definitely appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man, clearly. With your particular situation, it's just something that I don't do interviews very rarely, especially in this new setup that I have. I haven't done a single interview at all, actually. So thank you very much for taking the time to do so. Do you have any last words? A lot of my followers are either brand new to the business, getting their feet wet, and wanting to break into the business. Do you have any tips, motivational speeches, anything like that for them?
Main thing is network. Talk to a lot of people. There's old school tinters out there that's been doing it a while, that most of them, they're open book. They'll tell you anything you want to know. Reach out to them on Facebook, say, hey, I'm having a problem. They'll talk you through it. Main thing is you're going to waste film. It's going to happen. I still waste film. I mean, some cars I just don't like, but other than that, just grind. I mean, just put your nose down, figure it out, make yourself who you are, and just keep going forward until you're where you want to be.
Absolutely. Great words of encouragement. Definitely appreciate that. And we're going to thank you very much again for joining us. Everyone else, guys, we're going to go ahead and close it out for this evening. This was the interview with Kyle Whalen. Big shout out to our sponsors here at Tint Wiz, tintwiz.com. Go ahead and check them out. Dry String Prep, drystringprep.com. Go ahead and check them out. And of course, Solar Effects Window Films. And check them out at solareffectswindowfilms.com as well. We'll go ahead and check you out on the next time. Again, we're going to be live from here on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. If I can find the button.